What's up, everyone? Welcome to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. I'm Alex. So I'm here to bring you your Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node energy updates for the week. I'll be starting off with your general read. Then I'll go into your love. Last but not least, I'll be covering career and finance. This is my new format from here on out, so this allows me to now read for all signs. So Cancers, aside from last week, it had been quite a while out since I had read for you all, and it was because I was only able to do a select few signs and give a reading for each category. Now they're all combined in one. So I hope you love and appreciate it. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome if you're new. If you don't mind, go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps me out with YouTube algorithm. And go ahead and subscribe. But I will remind you later in case you need to, fill me out first. I completely understand. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have auto chapters turned on. So what that does, if YouTube picks up on it properly, you should be able to access the different categories of the readings the auto chapters generate in the comment section, not the comment section, the description box below, okay, if it's working properly. It's a little iffy. Spirit, what are the general messages for Capricorn? I'm sorry, Cancer. Slip of the tongue, that's it. For Cancer for the upcoming week, what are the general messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node for the upcoming week? One more. We have gratitude, courage, and health. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Gratitude. Get more paper. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So, off the bat, because this is coming out with the health card, I really feel that a lot of you this week are being asked to stop allowing the stress that you face in your life to push you back into your shell, okay, to the point that you stop taking care of everything. It's like, I feel like a lot of you who this message is for may find yourselves in this space where if anything is off kilter in your life, it kind of shuts you down for all of your pursuits. And a lot of you are being asked to pay a little bit more attention to your actual physical health. In order to get yourself in a better frame of mind to be a little bit more inspired to do this, you're being asked to practice gratitude and show appreciation for the things that you do have, and realize how blessed you are no matter what aspect of your life is off balance right now. And also courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. What this does is put you into a space of feeling less out of control of your situation. Or not so focused on the aspects of your situation which you can't control. Spirit is bringing this up for the upcoming week because I'm hearing that a lot of you all are at the end of your rope with having this leeway to kind of neglect your health, what you take in, and your body at the sake of stress. This has nothing to do with weight. I feel I was going to say encouraged. I feel pushed to say that. This is for Cancers of all sizes. It is totally possible to be skinny fat, and what that is that you might be naturally small, you might be naturally athletic, and still your arteries show the proof of what you've been eating or taking in your body, or your heart can't withstand too much stress because you haven't been getting your cardiovascular exercise in. This is very important because the Cancers that I'm talking to, I feel like this has been going on for a while, and Spirit says you're at a crossroads with that before it actually causes some permanent issues that, well, not permanent, but some more. So for example, if you haven't been watching what you eat and maybe your blood sugar is at the high end of normal, and I don't get a lot of health information, so please take heed. You might be pushing it to pre-diabetic or full-blown diabetes. Whereas, you could stress before and lay on the couch and veg out. Now your blood pressure is shooting through the roof. It is very important that you get out and move. It's actually going to help you way more than crawling into your shell and getting in your comfort zone and sulking and whatever has you stressed out. So let's take a look at the tarot for the week. It may or may not be a continuation of the oracle, but we shall see. Spirit, what are the messages for Cancer from the tarot for the upcoming week? Okay, what to know? I don't feel like I'm supposed to take that. Let's see. What are the messages for Cancer for the upcoming week from the tarot? Release and think about. Okay, so what to know? What to know? We got Hierophant energy. So something is actually coming into a more stable place in your life, and a more officially stable place in your life. So financially, you were having some issues. That might mean that you're getting offered an actual career, whereas before you've kind of been just doing somewhat gig work. In your love life, if you've been kind of in a situationship, it's showing that there's a potential this week for it to go into an actual commitment or relationship status. It's also about you possibly having access to someone with a lot more wisdom, someone with an official title or authority, especially in the spiritual realm or the religious realm. If there's someone it's been like on your mind to talk to about some of the things you've been going through, this is the time to do that this week. What to do is Knight of Wands. Now, this does go back into the oracle message. Knight of Wands is all about movement. Spirit is saying that you need to take more action with less thinking about it. Now, of course, everything has to be done in balance. But for the Cancers that I'm talking to, a problem for this particular group has been analysis paralysis. So let's go back to the health and gratitude and courage. You almost get locked up by fear, and it doesn't have to be. So, for example, Spirit is bringing up your health because it's something I think that for this particular group has been played with a little bit. That might not be the issue on the forefront of your mind, but Spirit is saying it will be the next big thing if you don't pay attention to it. But you get in now, it's like something you already know, but you talk yourself out of it a lot. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. So you plan the gym at 8 o'clock at night, knowing by then you found 11 million reasons to talk yourself out of it. So you're saying, wake up and go. Don't even give yourself time to think about it or absorb it. Move with fire, intention, passion. Even if you don't feel like it, use that anger and that frustration and that not wanting to go, use that as fuel, even in anger, to get up and make yourself go. But you've got to start taking a little bit more action in areas of life that you're not happy with and satisfied with, as opposed to going around and round in circles, overthinking the situation. Release, Six of Pentacles. So I feel like this for you for the week is about letting go of the idea that everybody is going to embody this energy. Cancers are very nurturing, loving energy. Now, that doesn't mean that's all of you. We know Cancer clapback is real. But it's not to say you're a pushover, but a lot of times I feel for this particular group that you oftentimes give too much of yourself because you assume it's going to make someone else want to reciprocate. Spirit is saying this week, practice. The word abstinence came to mind, but that might be the case for some of you, especially if you're using your sexuality as a means to garner affection from people, because it might just backfire in the end. But use restraint with regard to always wanting to show up for people. It's not about being petty, but allow people to find ways to solve things for themselves without interference. Also allow people time, I'm jumping all over my words. Allow people time to prove to you that even in absence of you being the first to offer to help, that they still show the same amount of love, support, adoration, admiration for you and towards you, that is not contingent upon you doing things for them. And you may find that some people back away from you, and if they do so because of that, then they didn't deserve to be in your energy in the first place. But either way, Spirit is saying you need to kind of pull back from that, because you're not even though you don't do things just to receive things back, you do need to be aware of unfair dynamics in which your kindness is being abused. So this week, Spirit is saying, don't be the first to jump up and say, I'll do it. Okay? Don't try to fix everything, everybody. Don't try to love life back into everyone. You'll know who in particular you're supposed to be holding back from. A lot of you already know. Well, Spirit is confirming it through this reading that this week is the week to actually do the pullback. What to think about the Hermit. Now that's kind of weird because you want to think about thinking. And the thing about it is, I think that because Spirit is telling you to take more action, and this is Virgo energy, but it also reminds me of Cancers in that, like the hermit crab. So Spirit is saying, think about how times, and this could be like Hermit in reverse energy. So think about times when you spent too much time in hermit mode. And that means that you've gained clarity and you still don't emotionally feel comfortable enough or confident enough to come out of the cave. What have you missed out on by withdrawing so much from life? By getting stuck in the thought patterns that you've been stuck in. This is the week to think about, what did you gain and what did you lose from staying in hermit mode a little bit too long? And most of the time, there were more losses than gains. So say you needed about 2 days to reset. That's fine. Spirit's saying there's nothing wrong with that. But then 2 days turned into 4, turned into 7, turned into 14. And that 12-day difference guaranteed you lost out or missed out on way more than what you gained, because you still came out with the same clarity, but you missed out on life in the process. So yeah, this week is very much about being more action oriented, taking, bold, big steps towards what it is you want and being more focused on you, but taking action towards the things that will continue to grow and develop you as a person. Okay, so let's move on to love. Doreen's Virtue, Romance, Angels is what we'll start off with. Spirit, what are the love messages for Cancer for the upcoming week? What are the love messages for Cancer for the upcoming week? Spirit, what are the love messages for Cancer for the upcoming week? One more. Oh, okay. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Well, now that's an interesting dynamic, isn't it? Your feelings are worth exploring. So, okay, these are great cards in the sense that, even the separation card. But what I'm getting, though, is that there is a group of you in which you are in the beginning stages of an actual relationship, or maybe in the courting stages where you're not necessarily in a relationship, but you're dating someone. And you're kind of wondering whether or not what you're feeling is real. Right now, the sparks are flying, but I feel like you've been here before, You felt these feelings. You've had that initial spark. You felt like, oh, there's something special here. Almost so much to the point that now that you feel it, it doesn't feel so special anymore. And it's got you a little bit confused. So Spirit is saying, I think not so much that separation is coming, but this will be the time to step back a little bit and take some space so that you don't get so caught up in the chemistry and the heat of the moment that you repeat old mistakes. So this isn't about separation like, oh, let's break up, or let's, I just need a break from you, or let's back away from this. I think it's just more about like not jumping in to the calling every morning, calling every night. Sometimes you talk to people with the intention of just getting to know them, and the next thing you know, you look up and y'all basically, by all accounts, have some unspoken commitment between you two to talk at least once or twice a day, to hang out at least once every week. Now it's like you're kind of checking in, or if one person falls off the radar, it's like, where were you? You could have told me something. It's like, wait a minute, we're basically in a relationship. But all of this is off of chemistry. Look, I don't mean to downplay chemistry, but that's just an initial reaction. That's like mixing the baking soda and the vinegar and you get a little sizzle. But how quickly does that sizzle end, right? So it's like you started off there and it was fun, and now all of a sudden it's serious. So Spirit is saying your romantic feelings are worth exploring, and there may be something there, but don't move too quick and accidentally on purpose end up in a relationship or a situationship. Do we want to do tarot or... Yeah, we'll do tarot. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do tarot or Kipper, but Kipper's a little harsh and not needed for this reading. Spirit, what are the messages for... So we'll say Cancer and your partner. That doesn't necessarily mean you're together, okay? What are the tarot messages for Cancer and their partner or their person of interest? What are the tarot messages for Cancer and their person of interest? So, I'll do a 5-card partnership reading. This is going to be you, them. My deck's upside down. Sorry. You, them, the connection, obstacles, and potential outcome. Yeah, so this is kind of reiterating what I already channeled from the love oracle messages. So you're showing up as Knight of Cups, which is very much open and willing to make an honest exchange of love, but there's something about this person who's in moon energy, which means there's some things that you still haven't revealed or uncovered. So if you're too quick to jump into this, by the time you see these things that are highlighted or uncovered by the moon, you're already knee deep in. They could be make or break. They might not be, but sometimes it's not that the person is hiding them, but there's a natural cycle for which people naturally reveal all aspects of themselves. Some people's cycles take a couple of weeks, a month. Some people's cycles take 3 months to 6 months. I mean, some might take longer than that. You'll never know everything you need to know to be sure, but at least allow enough time to where you've seen this person at their highest of highs, and then whatever their lowest of lows is within a certain amount of time. How do they handle anger? How are they when they don't get what they want out of you or out of someone else? Have you already seen them be nasty to other people? Because if you have, do you think that there's some magical barrier that will keep you out of the line of this person's anger or frustrations? So there's something there that you need to see before you can even decide if you want to deal with it. And just bonding with a person where something is left to be seen based off of chemistry and romantic feelings, well, let me tell you, those things come and go. So when you pull back, you can kind of see clearer. If you're in the darkness and right up on something, sometimes you can't see what's right in front of your face. If you back up and take a bigger look, all will be revealed. The relationship, Page of Cups. Yeah, so it's in the beginning phases. Nothing wrong with that. Infancy stages, fine. Blockages, definitely communication. Communication and moving too fast. So definitely, yeah, Spirit is saying slow this thing down a little bit. That's going to create issues later. And the outcome with that is that you'll gain clarity that you need before you make a final decision. But you got to slow the pace down. And Cancers, you know who I'm talking to. It's not for you, it ain't for you. But there's a group of y'all, you'll know. Yeah, I'm moving a little too fast. So that's it for the love messages. And let me go ahead and restart this. And now, what did I do with the deck? There. Now we're going to move on with the Moonology Oracle to do finance, career and finance. So, Spirit, what are the career and or finance messages for Cancer for the upcoming week? What are the money messages for Cancer for the upcoming week? I'm hearing 4 cards. So, what are the money messages for Cancer for the upcoming week? Hold your vision. Confidence is your key to success. Your dreams need a practical plan, and surrender to the divine. Okay. Let's see. So a lot of you have some pretty lofty goals for yourself, which doesn't mean anything like they're unattainable. But what that means is they can be scary. They can be intimidating. One day you feel all the confidence in the world. The next day you see somebody who you think does it 10 times better than you. And now you're questioning yourself all over again. So you're saying hold your vision. Not only hold it, I'm hearing you need a vision board. I don't care if it's not the beginning of the year. Who came up with that? Do a vision board anytime you need to adjust your vision or need to solidify your vision. Or it could be one of those scrapbooks. You know what I'm saying? Where people take different things and scrap them in. I think those are cute, by the way. But anyway, neither here nor there. But hold your vision, even if you have to literally create it on something tangible, 3D, and look at it every day to remember what you want the ultimate vision to be. Because sometimes when doubt steps in, it's even foggy in your own imagination, picturing yourself in place, in position, having the thing, doing the thing. And when you can't see it, it's hard to manifest it and give it the proper energy it deserves. Confidence is the key to your success. So this is where the inner work comes in, of kind of like quieting those voices that lie and tell us we're not good enough. Here's the thing. It's not what is good enough. There's a million ways to skin a cat, right? So just because one person, let's say you are a dress designer, and you feel this person's dress is a million times better than yours. But here's the reality of it. Somebody's going to like yours and somebody's going to like theirs. And it's going to be totally subjective as to which one is better depending on who's looking at it. So this false scale that you think applies to everyone, it really doesn't. You just need to keep going and stop worrying about it. Your dreams need a practical plan. And this will help you in the sense that it'll help keep you focused and on track, and give yourself deadlines for certain things, even if it's the smallest of tasks. I don't even necessarily feel it's needed in order to get to the dream itself, like you'll miss steps. What I feel this is more about is, again, documenting your vision and then documenting your mini goals to get to that vision, step by step, and having something you can look at and check off helps keep you motivated to see how far you've come. This is all about giving yourself visuals to remind yourself that you've made progress and how bad you want it and what you want the end game to look like. And then after you do all of that, surrender to the divine. Do your work and then let God do his. Simple as that. Let's take a look at, let's do a tarot read for this and see if we get more details. We're going to do finance tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Spirit, what are the money messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node for the upcoming week? Okay. We got past, present, future, blockages. Yep, this is the same thing. Blockages, potential outcome. Okay. Right now, the path you're on is definitely a blockage for you. Okay? But it can be undone. So pay attention. Take notes. Let me move this up. I don't like it at the bottom. I need everything in frame for you to see. Okay. Is that better? So in the recent past, it was like you were blind to your own talents and abilities. Confidence is a big part of this. You get shaken really easy for the Cancers I'm talking to. You have a talent and you've been like, people have poured into you encouragement, but there's something inside that's keeping you bound. And that might be some inner child work that needs to be done. A lot of times we think that we're okay. Our upbringings didn't kill us. My parents did great, blah, 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 blah. Well, they may have done a great job, but I think the reality is that it's a hard pill to swallow, is that just surviving and being able to function is not the end game. Thriving is. And the difference between surviving and thriving is oftentimes the mindset of the person. So you may have been in a situation that kind of limited you internally with how you think and what you're willing to reach for, because the walls were made very small for you. You know what I'm saying? The box for you was very small, and you kind of, quietly and willingly went into that box because you were trying to do the right thing and make people proud and make people happy, and you just didn't want to this is a very specific group I'm talking to, of course. You didn't want to misstep. But what you're finding now is that also keeps you bound. The people that do the most progressive or attain the biggest goals and dreams oftentimes make a lot of noise along the way. A lot of times they ruffle a lot of feathers. They take the unbeaten path a lot. And this is your time, especially this week, to consider some ways in that you've kind of tried to walk the same path as a million people before you have in order to reach goals that only maybe a handful of people before you have, or you might even have a goal that nobody's ever done or accomplished before. So how are you going to get there taking the same route everyone else is taking? And so right now there's this self-deceptive energy where you don't really trust your talents or abilities, or you think that if you stay in your lane and do things a certain way, you'll reach your end game. And not only that, you're seeing other people do this thing that it is that you want to do for your career, and you feel like just because they're good or they're great, that takes away from you being good or great. And that's just not true. In the near future, I see that you're actually being more encouraged, and this is saying that this is what you're going to do. So you're being encouraged to work with people who can help you work through this energy. It could be a life coach, a counselor. It could be someone who actually trains or educates people to do what it is you want to do. But you're being highly encouraged to collaborate with others to help, push you through this point in your life. Blockage is the Empress. Again, I feel like this is how you see everybody else that does what you do. But this is not how you see yourself. And that's a big problem, Cancer. Someone else being the Empress doesn't mean that you're not one. What will happen if you continue on this path, right? If you don't work with someone to help you work through this. I have an outcome of 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles isn't horrible. It's not a bad outcome, but you're trying to do grand things. 8 of Pentacles is more about grinding out day-to-day, consistent, small baby steps. And Spirit is wanting you to take leaps. And so this week, Spirit is saying that you need to learn how to broaden your understanding of your own abilities. There might be 1 or 2 things within the realm, so whatever it is that you do, there's 2 or 3 things that you're comfortable with. The other things are a little bit shaky, and it's not that you're not good at them, but there's someone else who does it, you feel, way better. And so you stick with those 2 or 3 things. or that one thing, pentacle after pentacle after pentacle. Like you knock it out of the park. But see, repeating that same thing over and over and over and over and over, it's not going to get you to the big goal. So Spirit is saying, understand, you're an empress. You don't have to keep your head down etching out pentacles all damn day. Take off the blinders. Stop down talking yourself. Work with who you need to work with through that energy. You may need to talk to a counselor, because a lot of this could have to do with inner child work that needs to be done. This week is about beginning that work, because you are an empress as well, and so are they, and y'all could be empresses together. This will do, but it's not going to do for the big picture. Okay, it's enough to sustain. It's survival mode. This Eight of Pentacles often embodies survival mode for me. So, you got this, Cancer. All you got to do is step outside your comfort zone a little bit, okay? I hope this helps. If you're still here, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share with someone else who you think will find this helpful. And until next time, my dear Cancers, bye.